Hey guys, it's xNira with
Happy New
a
Year!
kind of vague squad assault guide. It's not like a total guide, it's not free to
Orders?
play, but like I'm trying to use units that have like very minimum skills and that are like kind of not considered the best in their field. So I've got like Corin the Archer. Like if you take any other archer who's better,
Right away.
then you'll probably be okay.
My
Um,
target?
What now?
that being said, like,
Yes,
he's also
shall
free, and
we?
you can use him. He does tank several Satsuna shots, and also, if you have a better healer than Clarine never uses 3 movement, so you can take an infantry healer.
My target?
Yes?
So if you have, like, a
Yes.
better healer,
Very
then you can
well.
get away. Like, you'll obviously heal more there, and so
Shall I
it'll be
sing?
easier to tank the next Satsuna shot. Like,
Shall
Corin's
we?
fairly tanky. So you can use Corin, you can probably use a different one, but you probably don't want to use, like, a Life and Death Brave Bow unit, because you won't be able to hit the shots from Satsuna.
Orders?
And obviously having a better healer
What a
than
stage.
a level 31
My
4-star
target?
Clarine will also kind of aid
Right
you, but you
away.
don't have to. And then Baruka, you know, she has Lancebreaker. You could do Lancebreaker or QR. Anyone that like any unit that can just tank the 2 flyers,
Festive.
like you know, if you have an A slot, if you have buffs, like it will be easier to do. I'm
now?
trying to just demonstrate that like I think of Baruka, like, I think other people think of Baruka as a bad unit, so here I am using her, like,
Yes?
and, I'm able to clear it with very minimum stuff here. You could use Lancebreaker 2, you could use Lancebreaker 3, the works. So here, I feel like Elise is a substitute for basically Nino. Like, if you have a Nino, like, it'll work exactly the same. And then you need a red mage who's either faster than Nino, the enemy Nino, or green Tonebreaker a
Of
green
course.
Tonebreaker unit
Ready.
that has drawback, because otherwise she won't be able to get over to that turn.
Let's go!
And she needs to be over there to kill Nino, and then she has to move to the right to bait the blue mage to go like up instead of going left.
I'll try.
So that's kind of important, I guess. And then
Let's go.
yeah, I feel like a lot of people have like a ground blade. Like, I feel like a lot of people have Nino. So this is where you have to move Sophia to the
Yes.
right, otherwise the
Okay,
blue mage will
yes,
go
my
2 spaces to
turn.
the left instead of 1 space to the left and up. There. So that's kind of important. It's not like terribly important, but it's if you don't have drawback on Sophia, she won't have enough time to get over there. So kind of just worth considering. And and then it's kind of just clean up from here. Again, like for Noe, you could use like any
I'll try.
blue unit that can tank swords for a turn, and then likewise for Erica, like, she gives a home speed buff to Elise to let Elise kill Raven.
Let's go!
But if you just have a strong red unit,
Let's go. Of course.
then I was curious how much Dragon Fang did there. Like, if you have a just strong red unit, then you don't really necessarily need the Ground Blade user to take out. It doesn't have to be Ground Blade, just like a green unit. I'll have it in the description, but this clear requires 3 green mages. There's one, the next one
Okay.
is here.
Yes.
Um,
So,
And I'm using Soren again as an example of like you don't need like something crazy fancy.
well.
Like the Axe9 has 19 speed, so any mage that's faster will work here. And then also we'll take up Virion. He gets
Okay.
Growing Wind against Virion, which is helpful. So, I use Soren, but you don't have to. You also don't have to be using Windsbrand. I kind of just forgot to change it. Again, most people have a Fjorm. I hope you didn't send your Fjorm home.
Let's see.
So here, like, takes out Soren. Again, you could probably just use
Yes.
a faster mage,
all right.
but, or like an H with an A or a B slot. Any number of things can get you the same results, but I'm trying to use very, like, kind of,
Orders, please.
not, like, dumbed down, but, like, just
Very well.
less whatever. And also, Cherche only has, like, 19 res, so you really can, like, you don't have to have Elena, just any drawback red mage that will, or you could use an archer, a drawback archer here will also probably KO Cherche.
Okay.
She does, have 38 defense, but, like, maybe if it's, like, Brave Bow Archer, you can probably take her out. And then
Very well.
this Cavalier you can just heal up Soren, or whatever your green mage is until, you kill the green mage. So, that's this map, and next we've got this map, which has 3 mages. This is the last green mage you need, and
Yeah? What?
I'm using
Okay.
a blue Tonebreaker Julia, but if you have like just a fast green mage, like, any number of fast green mages or blue Tonebreaker mages will work here. My Sanaki personally didn't secure that kill without Triangle Adept, so,
Sure.
just worth keeping track of. But, like, again, you know, if you have a special, if you have like attack
Alright.
buffs or something like that, you'll probably accomplish the same thing.
Alright.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Also, if you're gonna use specifically the setup, Julia needs to have
next?
hone speed to not be doubled by this green mage. If she gets doubled, she'll die. And so you have to not be doubled there, which is why Delphia has hone speed. She also has hone speed herself, I think, to
Yes?
double the lance cav. So,
Of course.
again, you also could just be running hone speed
What?
on like Olivia
Alright.
or on Julia or something like that.
Very
So like,
well.
you know, any number of various buffs. You also
Alright.
like, I'm sure people have like, I don't know, solid mages. Like I feel like a lot of people now have green mages because there's just you just need so many Reinhardt
Alright.
counters, and or if you're doing arena assault, you probably have a lot of green
Alright.
mages. But yeah, this map. Yeah, the fourth map I feel like is kind of the trickier ones if you don't have good mages. And then this one I'm using the starter units. Sharona has Swordbreaker, which I don't think she actually needs, but
Let's go. My turn.
Of course. As
it
you will.
might make Titanium move differently. I think she might need Swordbreaker because if she doesn't have Swordbreaker, then she has to spend 2 turns here killing the Sword Flyer, and then doesn't have time because so Titania comes around the forest, and you have to get Alphonse in between one of the choke points for the trees. Basically,
Yes.
my Alphonse
Shall we?
like he takes no damage from
Yes.
Titania. And like my Alphonse is your Alphonse because everyone has the same Alphonse. And he has a brave sword. He doesn't even have
Shall
a,
we?
like he doesn't even have a plus. It's not a plus brave sword. He
Yes.
gets death blow 2 at 4
Yes.
stars. So like, I don't think 2 damage made the
Let's
difference
go.
there. I could go back and check, but you really should upgrade your starters. They're very good. And obviously you could
Onward.
probably use like any number of substitutes for
Shall we?
these units. But I think if you do
Yes.
use these units,
Yes.
Sharona needs Swordbreaker so that she can kind of get to the other side of the map. Because now Alphonse is just gonna step forward and clog it up,
As you will.
Let's go.
and he's just gonna hold that choke point like
Of course.
the best bench warmer that he
My
is.
turn.
And that's basically the clear. So I hope this helps you out if you were stuck on one particular map.
Shall we? Shall we?
Yes.
And like I'd
yes.
happily, like, you know, join the Discord if you have questions about how to do this. This is not one of the harder ones. This last map I think is pretty easy. So, yeah, thanks for watching.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day.